What's going on, everyone? This is gonna be a stream. So this is basically gonna be my YouTube video for today. So if you guys want to skip this, I'll probably start giving out the picks in about a minute or so. But basically, why I'm doing this is I obviously record my videos and then I go and edit them a little bit. Because as you can tell by all the I screw up what I say a lot. So I also like add in some graphics and stuff and don't know how to do that live on stream. I'm not exactly the smartest person. So I do use CapCut to edit my videos. And CapCut is not letting me export. It's not letting me sign in. Yeah, basically, dude, I just can't post a video today. So I am going to do this as a YouTube style video, not a stream, right? So I know you guys are going to ask, probably people are going to pop in and ask questions and stuff. This is just going to be me giving all my picks and then breaking down the slate. Then I might ask, or I might do some questions at the end. But honestly, guys, I'm trying to just like make this so people can click in on this video and then watch it for today. So I'm going to try to keep it short. I don't want it to be like 30 or more minutes, to be honest with you. But anyways, guys, I think we've been live for a little bit over a minute now. I'm going to start giving out my picks. So the first play I went with is going to be Ryan Rollins. I took him over 19.5 points at -113. There is a couple other variations I do like. We'll see where this line ended up, but where's Dallas, Milwaukee? So it looks like this line's 20.5. I don't think that's the worst line in the world. I think that 27.5 PA, especially if you can get this 26.5 PA, is another very viable option. But guys, basically, reasoning behind this Ryan Rollins pick is there's no Kevin Porter, there's no Giannis Antetokounmpo. So let's go over to filters here. Let's take Giannis and Porter out. As you guys can see, he is averaging 35.5 minutes in these games. He's averaging 32.7 PA, averaging 24.8 points. All really good stuff. 7.8 assists. Numbers have just been great. Usage rate is good. If we go back over to my site here and go to the Milwaukee Bucks, and we take Giannis off, we take Kevin Porter off, we can see here that with those guys off and you give Ryan Rollins, I did 33 minutes. I think it's a little bit conservative, but he is at 23.2 points, 7.1 assists, 30.3 PA. So yeah, all that stuff's obviously looking really good. This props madness chart's looking good. The usage is looking good. The minutes, quite literally everything's looking pretty damn good here. Getting into the matchup with the Mavs. First of all, I think it's a pretty tough spot for the Mavs. They played a game at 8:30 last night. That's when it started, 8:30 Eastern. This game starts at 7 Eastern, so it's a back-to-back, but it's like a really intense back-to-back with like the timing and stuff of it. Dallas, they're kind of just a single coverage team, right? You look at pick and roll handler, 21st there. That is 33% of Rollins' points, but of course that's going to scale up a little bit with Kevin Porter out, with Giannis Antetokounmpo out. Lowest points to catch and shoot, right? Which is good for him. He's not going to be a catch and shoot guy whatsoever. He's going to be more so, a self creator. Likes to get into the paint. Scores 41% of his points as is in the paint. Also is going to be shooting a lot off the bounce here. He's going to be shooting a lot off the bounce, right? So pull-ups, Dallas does allow the 8th most points there. This is a pretty damn good matchup in my opinion, and the number just feels a little bit low. So that is going to be play number 1. Play number 2, I went with RJ Barrett. I took him over 1.5 threes. So the first thing I will address here is the minutes, of course. I got this at +132. This one still has really good numbers out there. I like this, honestly. Probably down to like +115, +110-ish. But really good matchup against OKC. Obviously, we know how they defend, clog the paint, be aggressive on pick and roll handlers, on high usage guys like the Ingrams, the Quickleys of the world probably have it pretty rough here. But they do give up the second most points to spot up guys. RJ Barrett actually is mainly kind of like a spot up guy, spot up in transition, of course. But he's really an off-ball player. He's a high volume play finisher. So obviously he is for sure the catch and shoot guy out of the starting lineup, like the off-ball catch and shoot guy. That's who you want to attack against OKC. I think that for sure they'll be completely fine with leaving him open. He's kind of like an iffy shooter. Maybe if like OKC is like a smart team, right? So I don't think they're going to want to give up like catch and shoot guys to like a prime Klay Thompson type player or anything. But for like an RJ Barrett guy, I think that he's a guy that they're completely fine with bombing away from deep. So did only play 21 minutes, like I said, but he only missed like 2 weeks, and he missed like a month earlier. And in his first game back, he played 24 minutes. Second game back, he played 24 minutes once again. So I do have him for 24 minutes here. If you do games with Quickly, with not with Pirtle, with Ingram and with Scotty, you can see that he does average 30 minutes per game with Ingram, Barnes, and Scotty. and he averages 5.4 3-pointers attempted. So if you do that 3-point volume per 24 minutes, that does get him to, I believe I calculated it, and I think it was 4.3. Let me quick just double check. Yep, he's at 4.3 3-pointers attempted per 24 minutes with all those guys in. With this matchup, it's definitely a spot where his 3-pointers attempt per minute should be up. So I do have him shooting around 5 threes here. And then you can do a couple filters. So what I did is I kept Quickly and Barnes on the court, right? Because those are the guys who are going to generate looks. I'm sure he had some games where he was like the first option when they were tanking, and he was shooting a lot of like off the bounce, low quality threes and stuff. So if you do games with Quickly and Barnes, and if you do with 4 to 6 3-pointers attempted, and you just do all time, you can see really good hit rate, 68.6% of games. If you want to just do this year, really good stuff again, 8 out of 11. But then if you think that like 4 to 6 is aggressive, I personally don't, but I can see if someone thinks that maybe it should be like a 4 to 5. Then you can see over in 62.5% of games. And of course, guys, this is a plus money price, right? So really good hit rates for a like plus 120, plus 130 price for RJ Barrett. So that is going to be my second play here. I think that it's a great matchup. Third final play, I went with Domantas Sabonis under 16.5 points. Took it at minus 125 at Caesars. I think you could actually get a better number because I took it and then Levine literally got ruled out right away. But honestly, I really didn't care if Levine was going to play or not. So totally fine there. But if you go to Sabonis, you can see still widely available. Actually, like I said, there are some better numbers out there now. But basically, guys, with Sabonis this year, he's averaging 16 points on 30.3 minutes. He did start the second half. Reyno doesn't really play much. I do think, first of all, I think that Sabonis' minutes are still decently volatile. They got pretty good extended results from Reyno, from Dylan Cardwell, especially Dylan Cardwell, who's been playing really well. So I don't think that I do think he's going to start, but I don't think that if it's a competitive game, if his minutes don't go well, I don't think he's just like incredibly safe to like play big minutes. And of course, guys, like the game going well is like not very not a very high likelihood for the Kings because they're 14.5-point dogs in Detroit. So, guys, like I said, I do have him playing. I do have Sabonis playing. What was it? 32 minutes. So if we go to the Sacramento Kings and do Domantas Sabonis, let's see, where's Sabonis here? He's probably down pretty far because he hasn't played a ton this year. Yep. So if you do Sabonis per 32 minutes, guys, he is at 16.9 points, which is like, pretty online with the 16.5 number. But guys, he's playing the Pistons, who are second in defensive rating. They are first. They allow the fewest points per game to the pick and roll man, fewest to post ups, second fewest in the restricted area, second fewest from less than 10 feet, and the third fewest points in the paint overall, fewest points per game to the centers. I think that this is like for a big who cannot shoot like Sabonis. I think that you could probably argue, or you can make a case that this is like the worst matchup in the league. So just like a really, really bad points per minute spot. And I was a little bit surprised to see a 16.5 point line. I think that if you look at like his closing lines, probably before those games, but like 17.5, 15.5 at the Wolves, 18.5 at the Hawks, 16.5, 15.5. Like he's for the most part, he's usually been closing around like 16.5 in like just like normal games and stuff. And now a 16.5 line against the Pistons. I totally get there's no Zach LaVine. I don't really think that matters. You're just going to get like more Malik Monk minutes, who's going to have like very similar usage to him. So yeah, I took Sabonis under 16.5 points. I think there's a lot of outs here for this one, whether it's minutes, whether it's a terrible matchup and he shoots like 5 for 13 or something, can't finish at the rim. Yeah, Sabonis is my third and final play. I guess let's quick go over here to, let's see, where was it? Denver at Memphis, or where was I going to go to? Sacramento, Detroit. I guess before I do the game breakdowns, guys, I am going to quick shout out to my website, straightbetting.com. It is right here. Like I said, still in beta mode. A lot of stuff is not functioning perfectly. I will say, guys, all the numbers are going to be efficient here. All the numbers are like perfectly accurate on the site. It's like on off. So what this is, guys, is it's a play-by-play. It's physically, like, so if I go to the Cavs here and this is like physically with Donovan Mitchell off the court, right? So it's not like games where Donovan Mitchell misses. This is with Donovan Mitchell literally off the court. And this is everyone per 36 minutes and their numbers. And then you could go down to and select a player, choose their minutes. Obviously, this is like manual right now. And then you can see all their stats. you can see comparisons. So with Donovan Mitchell misses, who sees the biggest usage increases, points increase, all that stuff. And then I do have like a funnel section where, if you guys have been following me on Twitter for a little bit, it basically like, this is like the top 5 teams who allow the most catch and shoot field goals made, catch and shoot frequency, and then it's correlated to who it benefits the most, like who has the highest catch and shoot frequency. And then it goes all the way down. So like you can see most pull-up field goals made over the last 10 games. The Warriors are first, and you can see Anthony Edwards leads the Wolves in pull-up frequency by a pretty wide margin. So it's like a decent spot for him. So, I mean, this has it for like every play type, for every scoring zone and stuff, and then hot targets people who are appearing in multiple sections. So pretty cool stuff, guys. Highly recommend checking out the site, straightbetting.com. It is, I think it's a tool that's going to give you guys pretty big edges in terms of finding good matchups and reacting to injury news. So make sure to check that out and get it bookmarked. I will say, guys, it's only if you guys are on mobile, it's not good to go on mobile yet. This is for desktop only. All right, guys, let's go into the game breakdowns. Sacramento, Detroit, guys. So the Kings are like a really, really bad paint defense. I do think that Asar, and looks like this moved, I don't hate 17.5 PRA to the over. I think it's pretty interesting. I will say, guys, his minutes just kind of stink with everyone healthy. So that's kind of like the one thing that I guess is keeping me off from that. And obviously there's a huge spread too, which it's just like kind of like tough, man. I think that like Ron Holland could make sense if you think he's going to like benefit from a blowout. I think that he probably would. So he's someone who's maybe a little bit intriguing, but guys, overall, I didn't really have a ton of stuff on this game outside of the Sabonis under. I think maybe Dennis is like a little bit interesting. Just, he was on the Pistons last year, even though he's been on like every team. Probably pretty close knit with that group that was, made the playoffs last year and stuff. So maybe he's up for this one, and Pistons aren't like a bad matchup for these super high usage, or not super high usage guys, but these ball dominant guys who score off the bounce. Denver at Memphis, I didn't have anything instantly. Actually, I do have one opinion, one thing that I'm kind of waiting for. If you get Valanciunas playing, which I definitely think that you do, but if you get Valanciunas playing and starting, and then Landale playing and starting, I think that Jock Landale, his threes could actually be pretty interesting. So his hit rate on the year, I guess, and he played pretty good minutes last game, right? Without Santi, without Edie, and let's see. Yeah, he's played 28 and 32 minutes in the 2 games without Santi and Edie. If you do 26 to 32 on the year, let's see, that was like his highest of the year, 26 to 32 minutes. He is over in half of his games. You're getting a plus 186 out there. But I'm going to wait for this one to make sure he's starting, to make sure Jonas is starting. I don't think that this line will move anything crazy, but Jonas Valanciunas is like literally one of the most immobile big men in the NBA. Definitely someone who you can get your threes up against. So do really like Jock Landale here. Okay, I don't think there was anything else I really was fond on this game. Golden State and Minnesota. I do think this game is pretty interesting. So obviously I was on Jaden McDaniels under 23.5 PRA last game. Fortunately, guys, this line is 21.5 now. It's the same game from yesterday, obviously, that it got canceled. I really didn't have much thoughts. I do lean over on Ant 29.5. Honestly, though, this is gonna sound weird, but make sure that Curry plays, honestly. Because if Curry's on the other side, Ant's just like a guy who needs a little bit of motivation on the other side to have a good game. As you can see, the Bulls, he was not exactly motivated by Giddey and Trey Jones, I guess. But no, seriously, he gets up for these old legends and stuff. And yeah, the Warriors, as you could see on the funnel thing, they're giving up a ton of the most pull-up field goals made. So seems pretty good for a guy like Ant for sure. There's a lot of Warriors guys who are questionable. I actually really kind of like Curry under rebounds and assists. So what I think the most likely outcome here is that Steph probably plays both games of the back-to-back against Minnesota, right? Golden State, Minnesota. I mean, if the Warriors are serious about making the playoffs, this is probably a pretty important game. But with the back-to-back scenario, I think that Curry, they're probably going to try and have him around 30, 31 minutes or so in each game. And if you do 28 to, or what was it? I think I did 28 to 33 minutes for Steph. Yeah, his hit rate's not great. Obviously, no Jimmy. But if you go to straightbetting.com and you go to on-off data, where was this? Golden State Warriors. And then you take Kuminga and Butler. Let's see, Kuminga and Butler off the court. You can see Steph in terms of RA really doesn't see much boost. He's actually his RA per 36 is worse with those guys off the court. Assists are up a little bit at 0.4, but yeah, rebounds are down, I guess. I don't know if there's a ton of correlation there. But staying on tune with this, like I said, I do like Steph under rebounds and assists at 9.5. Probably would leave points out of it, even though just because like I know like the Wolves are like gonna like let him like score at will. But guys, one person who's pretty interesting is D'Anthony Melton. So, and I talked about this last time, but with Kuminga and Butler off per 22 minutes, he's not going to play one of these games. But he's at 15 points per 22 minutes. You're getting a 12 and a half line. I think that he's a really good look. And guys, I guess there is technically some upside of Curry missing. He is questionable. So like if Curry doesn't play, dude, I mean, this is like pretty crazy, but you take Steph off to Kuminga and Butler. D'Anthony Melton is like dominating usage, dude. Like not the biggest sample size, only 55 minutes, but literally sees a 17.8% increase in points per 36 compared to his season average. He's at 37.3 points, 32.9% usage. So I do think that D'Anthony Melton is a pretty good look at 12.5 points. And like if Steph is out, dude, this line is going to create. Well, here's the thing though, like he's not going to see like a crazy. Like I think he probably still is going to like max out around like 25 or 26 minutes, but still, I mean, usage rate is just insane with those guys off the court. And if you get usage against the Wolves, you can do your thing. Dallas at Milwaukee. This is really gross, guys, but I actually really like Dwight Powell over 5.5 rebounds. I just know that so Daniel Gafford, I don't think Daniel Gafford's going to play. I talked about this earlier in the stream, but this is like a terrible spot for the Mavs. It's a back-to-back. This game starts at 7. Their game started against the Lakers last night at 8:30. Hold up, coffee sip. Nice. But then without Davis, without Lively, and guys, also Musa Cisse, it says doubtful. The injury report hasn't been submitted, but he was actually. Oh, okay. Wow, Warriors guys just got ruled in. So D'Anthony Melton's available, Al Horford's available, but Steph Curry, they have not given us any news on him, which is interesting. Anyways, so going back to this, Musa Cisse, who's like the backup center or like the 4th-string center technically, but he actually missed with illness last game, so who knows if he's even going to play here. And Musa Cisse has actually played in all of these games, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quick go over here. Where's Musa Cisse? Yeah, Musa Cisse has played in all those games anyways, guys. But Dwight Powell, outside of this first game, like in mid-November, 34 minutes, 35 minutes, 25 minutes, 27 minutes, 28 minutes, 27 minutes. So yeah, guys, if Dwight Powell is going to play like 27 minutes, dude, like honestly, I mean, if you do him with like, let's see, let's do like 24 plus or something. 24 plus, he's averaging 28 in the sample, but 7.7 rebounds. If we just do, where's Dwight Powell, the Dallas Mavericks? Let's go here. I'll just take Davis off. I don't know if he played any minutes at the 5 with Davis on the court. Where's Dwight Powell? And you do per like 27 minutes or so. I mean, he's at 7 rebounds, dude. So yeah, I do think Dwight Powell is actually pretty interesting. I just think they're a little bit low on his minutes, man. Per 27 minutes, he's at 5.8 points, 7.0 rebounds. So I mean, PR is at 12.8, and you're getting a 10.5 line. So I don't know, pretty gross, but why not? Guys, another thing I do want to shout out is Bobby Portis. So if you do just like without Giannis. So guys, Bobby Portis without Giannis, if you look at his minutes recently, so he was starting and his last 4 games he played 35 minutes in a game they lost by 21, 32, 39, and 39 minutes. So he was playing like absurd minutes without Giannis. So I don't know if that sticks, but if he starts, I would think, he's probably going to be at like 32 or 33 minutes or so. And if you just do him with like 26 plus without Giannis and do PR, looks pretty good, man. Dallas is definitely a good matchup with, I guess, damn, he does not score in the paint much at all. And thought he would probably do a little bit more of that. But yeah, I think that Bobby's a little bit intriguing. Like I said, I would for sure at least wait to see if he's starting. But yeah, he's someone who definitely makes a little bit of sense. Toronto at OKC, guys. I actually think that, like, I don't bet spreads, but I think that this is like a really bad line, 11.5 point spread. This OKC team is just decimated, bro. They're missing like 4 very, very impactful players. Shade Hub, AJ Mitchell, AJ Mitchell is like very good, very, very impactful on winning. Hartenstein, very good. And Caruso, very good too. They just lost to the Pacers, but I really don't think that was like some crazy fluke, dude. Like they just don't, outside of Shea and Chet, like this team is not good. So I totally disagree with the spread. I'm not worried whatsoever about a blowout. Obviously, guys, I'm on Barrett hit 2 threes, but one prop that really stuck out to me, and I do want this to go down a little bit, but if you do Brandon Ingram with Barnes and Quickly, and then without Pirtle, you can see that, I mean, he's over this line in 10 or 72.7% of games, but he did have an injury game in there. So if you take that out, he's averaging 10.5 rebounds and assists, 76.2% hit rate. But guys, also on top of that, man, like OKC over the last 10 games is allowing the most rebounds, the 7th most assists. Like, it's a great assist match. Like, this is a great RA matchup, honestly. So yeah, man, I mean, if you do teams like, let me quick filter this out. If you do like teams bottom half of the league in rebounding, assists allowed, I know OKC's been good recently, but I guess I'll just take out, see if there's any, like, I don't know. Okay, there wasn't any crazy matchups, but yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think that like rebounds makes a lot of sense. I think that RA makes a lot of sense, dude. So I think that Ingram, RA, rebounds, I think both of them are pretty low. Scotty Barnes, I think you could definitely talk yourself into a 7.5 rebound line too. But with that being said, I do wonder if he guards Shea, right? Because he's the best option for Shea by far. So that would obviously not be ideal for rebounding. Brandon Ingram's definitely not going to guard Shea. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, I think that Brandon Ingram rebounds and assists, I really like both of those. OKC side, was there anything that I mean, Shea 1.5 threes feels like a little bit light, maybe, dude, just because, like, I mean, this is a game where, like, can you filter by how many points he scored? Because I mean, this is a game where he's gonna score like 30 plus points, right? I don't know. I think that this is definitely a spot where Shea is just gonna, like, I mean, he's gonna have the ultimate green light, obviously, dude. So I don't know. Him to like, given that he's hit this line in 56.8% of games, I mean, he's hit his points line. This points line is very factored into oh shoot, I just like lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, look at his hit rate between points and threes, right? I don't know. The threes, I think, makes like a little bit of sense for Shea. I didn't really look a ton into that or anything from the OKC side. Even like assists, dude, like 6.5 dimes. I mean, bro, he's gonna have the ball like every possession. He's probably gonna have to play 33 minutes here. So I don't know, man. Pelicans at Spurs. This game kind of reeks of a Dylan Harper spot. He is at 15.5 PRA. He's been pretty bad, to be honest, and you'd like to see him like only 13 minutes against the Jazz. This game was competitive, I will say. But yeah, Dylan Harper, this reeks of a spot for him. Devin Vassell being back, though. And they played Jordan McLaughlin last game, which is weird. So I don't really have any crazy thoughts on this game. It's a great matchup for Champagny and Keldon, but yeah, and same with Barnes, which kind of stinks. Because Barnes, I wish I would actually fade Barnes here, dude. Like, Barnes is probably not going to play that much. He's been playing like really crappy minutes anyways recently. And then now you get Devin Vassell back, maybe Luke Cornett. So yeah, I really don't have anything crazy for the Spurs game. I wish that Dylan Harper, this just reeks of a Dylan Harper spot though, with, you know, at home, big spread and stuff like that. I guess one thought I did have actually was Castle unders. So guys, Castle has been like terrible, bro. Like, look at his last 20 games, man. And also I feel like there's just like outs to this game, right? I mean, like, what if Castle plays like crappy minutes due to blowout? They are pretty aggressive on primary options too, like pick and roll handler. It's not great for him. They are bad in transition, but what they really are, they're really bad against catch and shoot. That's not Castle's game. Maybe he gets some catch and shoot threes that they kind of leave him open, but like, is he going to make them? Like, probably not. I don't know, man. I just think that this Pelicans team or this Spurs team is like really healthy. So yeah, he's definitely been trending down. I mean, like, we could really cherry pick it. He's under in the last 21 out of 26 games, and there's a big spread in this game. So yeah, man, I don't know. I think that Steph Castle unders are pretty decent look. He's averaging 30.3 minutes too. But yeah, they're just like fully healthy. So yeah, I think that's a halfway decent look. Phoenix and Miami don't really have anything crazy here. There is no Devin Booker. So if you guys want to go to straightbetting.com and check out, you know, who benefits without Booker, we could quick look at that real quick. But we go to, let's just take Booker off the court here. And yeah, you can see, like, in terms of usage rate, it's Jalen Green, but it's a 14-minute sample size, so don't buy too much into that. Dylan Brooks, Grayson Allen, Gillespie, basically. No one else really sees like crazy usage increases. The Heat have been pretty switch heavy recently, which is decently good for high usage guys for sure. Assist in terms of that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really find anything that I really like personally. I mean, Grayson Allen points like looked pretty good. If you go to Grayson Allen, give him like per 31 minutes or so. You can see projected for 31 minutes with Booker off. But guys, I'll be honest, he has like drastic splits. Because if you put Brooks on the court, there was a couple games where Brooks missed. And obviously they probably will stagger their minutes for sure. But like, look at Booker on and Brooks off. Like, it's like insane, bro. Like, look at the difference in his points. It's actually, am I tripping? Yeah, it's like minus 6.2. So yeah, he sees like a big decrease with Brooks on and then Booker off. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that Grayson Allen is like a slight lean, but now nothing too crazy. So nothing else came in. Okay, and then Brooklyn Clippers, I didn't have anything for that. So yeah, guys, let's see. This is 25 minutes. That's kind of perfect. Let's see. I'm just gonna quick read the comments, but if you guys were here for like the video, let's see. What do you guys have to say? Good morning. Love you guys. Funnels page has been killing it. Fontecchio, yeah, Fontecchio is fire. I didn't even like really play stuff there. So yeah, I see a lot of you guys have questions and stuff. Yeah, not going to be a ton of basically, but just like a normal video. Thanks. Love Sabonis Reeves. It is pretty low for him as a starter, I will say. That's why I just took points under. I was not going to put rebounds in there. Yeah, first play was Rollins overs. So yeah, so the plays today were Rollins over 19.5 points. Then it was RJ Barrett over 1.5 threes. And then it was Sabonis under 16.5 points. Been very helpful. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to be an asset to you guys. You can, when you're an asset to people, yeah, that's just good. Just want to be an asset. And guys, real quick, man, guys, we are at 4.99K subs. So if you guys are watching this stream, we got 167 of you guys in here. Guys, please, let's hit 5K today, man. Let's hit straight betting at 5K. We're literally at 4. I wonder, like, I'm gonna quick check my dashboard to see exactly what it says. But yeah, guys. Hey, we just hit 5K. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, cool. We just hit 5K. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best, man. 5,002. Let's go, man. That's awesome. And like I said, if you guys just hopped in here, the reason why I didn't make an actual YouTube video is because CapCut's down and I use CapCut to edit. So that's why I'm doing this today instead of a video. But yeah, cool, guys. Well, like I said, this was just going to be a normal video. I do appreciate you guys bringing in comments. Breathe right and bet right. Yeah. Aaron Gordon's out. Yeah. Yep. Bet today, Sabonis under points, Rollins over points, and Barrett over threes. Okay, cool. Appreciate you, Limp, for relaying that to the chat too. Coffee sip is real, yeah. Love how detailed the website is. You for real cooked. I appreciate it, man. It's gonna keep on getting better. Right now, like some weird automation details. I'm gonna try to make it easier. I think one of my main focuses too right now with the website is I'm trying to make it easier for you guys to, because look, it's different between me being able to project minutes and you guys, right? Like I spend like way too much time like keeping up with this stuff and being locked in with the NBA. But I do want to make it easier for you guys to project minutes. So that's something that I'm going to try and help. Yeah, I do think Sabonis starts today for sure. He's going to start. Why wouldn't he start? So even if bullets, yeah, no. Sabonis rebounds is nice. Let's see. Was there anything else that you guys had? Maurice, this is like, I mean, I clarified I wasn't going to interact with the chat. This is just supposed to be like a video for today. I usually post a video and I didn't have time. I did have time. CapCut wasn't working. So I do interact with the chat when I'm live. I just wasn't going to interact with the chat because this is just supposed to be like the video for today. Okay, should win most improved better. Dude, I actually should not win most improved better. Want to know why? Because look at my record last year. I was way better last year. So I definitely not going to win most improved better. Sweet, guys. Well, cool. Well, like I said, guys, this was just going to be a video for today. I do appreciate you guys commenting and stuff and, showing love and all that. But that is going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Watch some football. I'm probably going to watch more football than I do watch NBA today. I think everyone probably is. But yeah, best of luck on your guys' bets today. And I will catch you guys tomorrow.